Okay, so here we are, day 5 of the 5-day treatment with Epsom salts in a small tub for a goldfish that's impacted, has swim bladder problems, Popeye, and bloat. Okay, so I've got a net, and I'm going to see if we can get the goldfish. Yes, oh goodness. We'll put the goldfish right into the bath and hope that you can see her. The light makes it a little difficult. It sort of doesn't glare. Okay, I have a timer. I have a clock here so that I can time it 5 minutes. Right now it's 1:28. So at 1:33 and 18 seconds, I would take her out. The bath, I have a little thermometer, and it's 79 degrees. It's supposed to be between 70 and 80, so this is good. Basically, the heat does two things. One, it helps the goldfish be able to digest better because it just helps the bacteria be warmer. And you're supposed to have your tank, your aquarium, be between 78 and 80. But I have solar energy. I have 4 solar panels, so I'm off grid. And my aquarium is never up to 70 really very much, hardly, and never up to 80. I've been keeping it at around 70, but with difficulty. Okay, so, oh dear, I forgot to put in the chlorine thing. Darn it, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Darn it, I have no idea what that does. Bad me. Darn it, darn it, darn it. So this is the second time I've made a really big error. The other time was when I first got the net. I got the net. Up until then, she had been happily swimming into the container. Not really, she didn't aim at it and plan on it, but she went in it without any problems because she was familiar with me using that to do water changes. But then, when I got the net, I totally stressed her out, and her condition went back to being less good. So I felt really bad about that. I've had these 2 goldfish, this is the female, since 2001. So I've had them a long time. And they're wonderful little pets. I don't know if you know it, but when I've been really sick, really sick, where I couldn't sleep all night at all, they come over to the side of the aquarium facing me and put their little noses right up against the glass and watch me for hours. So I don't know how they know that I'm in distress, but they're very sympathetic about it. They're wonderful little creatures. So I want her to be healthy again. And basically this treatment has helped dramatically. She was very bloated. I don't know what this dropsy thing is people talk about, but she was as bloated as I can imagine. There was a big ball at the base of her, where I think her abdomen must be. And it was so hard, I would say, that it was pushing this little blue thing, which I think must have been her intestine, out against her, so it showed through her skin and her scales. And she looked so sad. She didn't swim for 2 days. She just sort of, she was perpendicular to the bottom of the tank, and she just looked so sad. So I found this 5-day treatment thing. Darn it, I forget when we started. I think I've got 1 more minute to go. Yes, 1:32. I think it has to go to 1:33 and 18 seconds. Okay. So let me tell you. This is a little tub, and I've put 4 liters of water into it. About 4 liters, or 4 quarts are slightly less. And 3 tablespoons of Epsom salt. And then I forgot to put in the prime to remove the chlorine. Okay. And the first day, as I said, she was really bad. But then on the next day, the next morning, she was swimming around really well. And much better, I should say much better. And then the third morning, I think it was, when she was swimming around really well, but that was the day I stressed her out. And then yesterday, I was trying to recover. Okay, so about 12 more seconds. Okay, so I'm going to take her out with my hand and put her into the tank. Let me see, I think I can do that. Yes, here you go. And I've been a bit misleading. I've been saying that she swims around happily after I put her back in the tank. Darn it, I don't know if that glare is up there. Okay, but the thing is that actually what she does, you can see her sort of at the back, and then the male is by her. The male is more gold colored. There she comes. After I put her back in the tank, she generally sort of rests or sleeps. I don't know if they don't close their eyes, so I can't tell if they're actually sleeping. But for a long time, I mean several hours. And then it's generally the most difference is visible the next morning. She's been doing a lot more activity then. She's now doing you can see her, I don't know, can you see where my hand is sort of pointing? That's her, and she's perpendicular, now she's coming toward the front. And this is her favorite place to rest, right here, which is good, because I can get her out so easily. But today is the last day of the treatment, so I'm hoping that, see, that's how she is a lot of the time, just sort of like that. She may be disabled for the rest of her life. I have to use a walker, and I keep thinking I'm going to get totally better, but maybe not. So maybe she will always be a bit disabled primarily because I think since I bought them in 2001, I didn't know goldfish got so big. I thought they were little fish, like guppies, but bigger. And so I had them I had them in a big punch bowl, but still a small container for several years, until someone told me they could live to be 30 years old. Then I got them an aquarium, and then they got bigger. And then I got them a bigger aquarium, and they got bigger. And then I got this aquarium, which is a 40-gallon breeder tank, which is really good because it's sort of not so high. I can reach in and do things with the plants. So if I hurt her by having in too small a container, the punch bowl, then her body didn't grow very much, but apparently her organs inside might have continued to grow, thereby cramping them. And that would make it much harder for her to digest now, and it much more likely for her to get the swim bladder problems. So I feel really guilty. However, I'm also thinking that even though she's not perfect right now, for me, when I get better, because I used to be even worse, I used to shake really badly when I didn't know about potassium. If you use B12 supplements like I do, or B12 shots, you need to add potassium. You're supposed to have 4,700 milligrams of potassium a day. And without that, once you start replacing B12, your blood cells begin to divide properly, the way they're supposed to, and that takes a lot of potassium. If you don't have it, then you can get really painful muscle spasms, and several other problems. So I'm much better now that I know I need more potassium. I eat peanut butter and lots of, tomatoes. Okay, so this has been a good 5 days. Thank you for watching. and goodbye.